what stands out to you about the Patriots defense as you've studied them and preparing for this game?
I think you can really tell they are a well-coached group. You don't see them getting out of position a lot. They play their gaps up front, and they're really good at doing their job. And obviously they got some good players on defense, so it's definitely going to be a challenge for us. And we're excited to get over there and get the game on.
See Matt Judon, number 9. What does he look like as a player?
He's an athletic player. He's really good pass rusher. He mixes it up with a couple different styles of rushes, but definitely a productive, good football player.
Luke Johnson.
Hey Ryan, we've kind of been talking all week about the communication stuff from last week's game. Is all that stuff fixable in your opinion, and like how much work has been going into just kind of making sure y'all are on the same page this week?
It's definitely all fixable. It obviously was a big issue last week, and we worked really hard at it this week to correct it and have everyone be on the same page at the line of scrimmage. So we've definitely worked on it a lot, and I think all of us feel confident going into this week with the plan we have.
And the Patriots are a team that kind of historically exploits weaknesses like that, right? So, or at least as it was a weakness last week. So, I mean, I guess this is an obvious question, but it's especially crucial this week, just considering who you're going up against.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's obvious. Whatever opponent you're playing is crucial. We've studied the film and we know what they like to do, but obviously it's the NFL, so there's always going to be different wrinkles they throw in every week. But like I said, I think we're confident in our preparation, and we're ready to go.
Anything else for Ryan?
Hey Ryan, it's Mike again. I'll jump in. The last time the Saints were here was actually 2013, right? Because in the rotation, you don't get too much of the AFC East. For a guy like yourself, like when you come to a place you've never played, what do you look for, if anything, when you get there, first time?
Yeah, my whole career I really, go into new stadiums every year. I'm not really looking for anything. We have to go out there and be so dialed in, so focused on what our plan is, what our game plan is. So, I tune out the noise. I tune out everything that's going around me, my environment, and just focus in on the game in front of me.
Luke Johnson.
Hey Ryan, I'm just curious what it was like playing, I guess, in a road environment for really the first time since in 19, just in dealing with the crowd noise and stuff like that. Was that a challenge last week, maybe more than it had been in the past, just because it's been so long?
Yeah, I think that may have played a little bit of a factor in it. Like you said, we didn't have any crowd noise for a year, so getting back to it was maybe a little bit more difficult than had you played in that environment the past year. But we've practiced with noise this week, and like I said, we're ready to go.
Ryan, if you had time for one more, I didn't know if there was a James White story from the Wisconsin days. I know, it wasn't a perfect overlap, right? Because you were 17 coming into the NFL. He was 14. I honestly I don't know him personally, so unfortunately I don't have any stories for you.
Appreciate the time, Ryan.
All
Thank
right,
you.
thanks guys.
You kind of watching this offense under Mac Jones, what kind of stands out to you about just the way their offense operates and Jones in particular?
I see a fast, physical offense. They got a young quarterback. They believe in him. So we just got to come out and play hard, play fast, and get jumping on them early.
Is that kind of the deal with the young quarterback, especially, is getting on him early and you're kind of getting him off his game a little bit?
Yeah, so that's always the deal going into the game, to try to affect the quarterback. That be the number one leader you know. So as long as we could jump on them and show them different looks and get after them, then, you know, it'd be a hard time for them on offense.
And then, what'd you think of Peyton Turner's first game last week? It seemed like he made a couple splash plays out there.
Yeah, I think, you know, he's still improving, you know, coming in, being a rookie, being able to have tremendous playing time last game. But it's just the beginning. He did well last game, so we're looking forward for him to continue to improve on his game and continue to focus on fundamental. And, you know, so he's doing well, so it's only up from here.
I got one more for you if you got the time. Look, I think Bill Belichick started coaching there. You were probably like elementary school, yeah, if that even.
Right.
Just what, I don't know if you've even given any thought to it, but you know, how crazy is that? You know, that like that you know, this is, I think, your first experience going up against them, and you know, I mean, your first memories of Belichick, you're probably a pretty young guy.
Right. You know, first time going against Belichick, you know, it's definitely going to be a test. You know, he's a great coach, and he looked to go after, you know, young players. So everyone on the D-line and on the defense, we just have to be ready and come out ready to fight. You know, they schemed up some rushes and plans for us, so we just got to be ready for whatever they throw at us.
Thanks, Carl.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Curious, as I think you're the only guy on the team who's played for both Sean and Bill. You're looking at two guys who had this lasting success at both places. Can you notice anything that could tie those two together in that way as to why they've been able to sustain success in one place?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of it comes down to the people that they're bringing in the building, the way that they prepare their teams, you know, during the season, off season. You know, Sean and Bill, the similarities that I see are, you know, it's sometimes I feel like if I'm in one team meeting and I'm listening to Bill and how Sean prepares us for, you know, really any and all situations that could be coming up in a football game. And I think that's, you know, part of why, you know, he's been able to be successful. I mean, yeah, he's had a lot of good players, and he's brought a lot of good players onto his teams, and, you know, good football players. And I think he puts the best 11 that are out there, and you know, that's what Bill has done for such a long time, and, you know, I think that's why they've both been able to be so successful, you know, in this league.
Mike Reese.
Hey Chris, great to talk with you. Always.
Always.
They're gonna honor Julian Edelman. I don't know if you know him at halftime.
I know him a little bit. I heard they were doing that already. He's only been retired for like 6 months. Yeah, I actually talked to Jules yesterday. You know, I heard that they were doing that. I mean, I'm not surprised that they're doing it this quickly. You know, Jules was such a, you know, you think of New England football, I think you think of a few different people, and I think Julian's going to be one of those people that you think about for a lot of years to come. You know, he had an incredible career from, you know, being a quarterback in college to where he was able to come from, someone that, you know, I personally looked up to, you know, playing the position that, you know, how he played, how he prepared, how he approached everything. You know, I still try to carry that with me a little bit, you know, try to have a little bit of that Julian tenacity, try to carry that and, you know, have my own little flair of my game. But, you know, I had a blast playing with that guy for 3 years, man. I mean, we had a lot of good times together. You know, we played on a lot of good teams, and, you know, he will go down in the history books as, you know, one of my all-time favorite receivers to play with.
John Hendricks.
Hey, Chris, I'm just curious to see what you've seen from Jameis Winston this week, just in the overall mentality of the locker room and kind of what you're thinking about the weekend.
Yeah, I mean, unwavered, man. I think we just turned the page. This is week 3. We're early on in the season. we I think top to bottom, we just, things were not clicking last week, and and that's going to happen in the NFL. And I think you want to win this league, you got to turn the page. We watched the film on Monday, we corrected the mistakes, and I think Jameis has been locked in this week. I think a big emphasis for us is going to be communication. And I think just playing well on all phases of the game. I think that's what we did, in week 1, and everything was really, we were working off of each other, offense, defense, special teams, and I think that will be something that we, try to harp on and try to do. And on Sunday, play fast, be ready to play, early afternoon game. So, we've put in a lot of work this week, and, hopefully we can go out there and play well on Sunday.
Anything else for Chris?
How do you like the number 80? How do you like the 80?
Well, I got Danny's permission to wear number 80, so it was different. It was a different feel for me, but again, another one of my guys that I loved playing with. So if I take a little bit from him, a little bit from a little bit Danny, a little bit of Jules, try to put a good little tenacious receiver out there. So it's growing on me. It's growing on me a little bit.
Great to talk with you.
You
Thank
too, Mike.
Appreciate it, Chris.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Chris.